Hey there, I'm AnthonyRomano, and I'm going to tell you in this video the source of 99% of your cravings. So basically, if you understand this video, you're going to understand why you get hungry at every subjective moment. And of course, there are larger mechanisms at play here. There's more. It's more dense than simply these two things. But this accounts for 99% of the reason why you get hungry at every moment. So let's get into it. So, why do you get hungry? Well, many of you already know blood sugar, right? Blood sugar, insulin, those crashes that you get from having a carb-dense meal or just simply a high-carb diet, and then eventually after your insulin and blood sugar jack up, they're going to crash, you're going to get hungry, right? That's the starting point here. But the other piece of the puzzle here is salt. So hydration from salt. And I've had a lot of questions recently on people, concerned about water weight fluctuations with keto and whatnot, and all the other fasting, intermittent fasting protocols that I talk about. But the thing is, salt and carb consumption are basically going to be the primary dictators of your hunger. So this goes for things like alcohol as well. So for example, I'm having a glass of wine. If you're somebody who is, really addicted or whatever you want to call it to high alcohol consumption, that comes from a blood sugar release after it gets metabolized in your liver. So the thing is, how does salt fit into this? Well, the simplest way for me to explain this is that your body has two main ways of retaining water. Okay, you have carbohydrates or you have sodium. And this is basically keeping you hydrated, because consuming water through drinking it is not the only way to be hydrated. You have to actually hang on to it and put that water where it needs to go. And there's multiple types of water within your body. But the thing is, if you are low in salt, your body's going to crank up your taste and desire for salt. This is why foods taste better from the salty variety when you're low in salt. Okay, there's entire bodies of literature and work on this. But as far as it applies to keto and fasting, if you find yourself getting very hungry while you are fasting, intermittent fasting, or keto dieting, chances are you're too low in salt. And your body is basically artificially cranking up your insulin so that you become hungry and hydrate yourself through junk food or carbohydrate food, right? Not saying they're the same, but essentially that's what's going to happen. If you're too low in salt, your body's going to crank up your appetite so you can hydrate yourself with carbohydrate-rich foods. Now, of course, this does not account for leptin sensitivity or other hormones that are far more impactful, or other, individual nuances that you might have. If you want to get more in depth to the nuances that you have individual to you, I highly encourage you to go to my website, romanoketo.com, and we can have a consultation call one-on-one and assess those things. And I can make you an action plan out of it. We can go into long-term 24/7 coaching from it. Seriously, like one of the most bargain plays you can get to make a dramatic change in your health and lifestyle and fitness. But, overall, that's the two main sources of what's going to influence your appetite. If I had to make it simple and break this down, I have more dense videos that break down the mechanisms at play here, but the primary thing for most people is going to be either carbohydrate consumption influencing your blood sugar and insulin, and then the respective crashes from that, or it's going to be from salt and inadequate electrolyte consumption. So keep in mind as well, if somebody who is going lower on carbs, you're going to need more salt. And most of the blood pressure problems that come about from, I have high blood pressure from too much salt, that is in the context of a carbohydrate-based diet. So too much salt and too much sugar can be a problem, if I'm speaking in generalities here. But the bigger takeaway here is, if you are going low in one, you're going to want more of the other. And it's far safer to go higher in salt than it is to go high in carbohydrate with, on a regular basis. So that is the key takeaway here. But as a side note, if you want to get into the best shape of your life with the best fat loss protocols that I've made over a decade of ketogenic dieting, I highly recommend you go get the Keto Shred program on my website, romanoketo.com. This is also where you can get consultations and one-on-one coaching, where we can get to the bottom of your personal situation, and then I can spit out an action plan for you specifically. So I highly encourage you to do that. But thank you for watching this video. Follow me on Instagram, like this video, and subscribe. Peace.